see you've joined us again for another Phil Taylor Jones show. We're happy to have you with us. Well, if you were looking at the primaries last night in New Hampshire, two victorious people emerged from the two packs. For the Democrats, it was Bernie together Sanders, and for the Republicans, it was none other than the Donald Trump. And personally, I'm glad to see that both of them took center stage there. Anybody but Slithery Clinton. And naturally, the Donald. Now, as most of you know, perhaps all of you, I have thrown my full support behind Mr. Donald J. Trump for president of 2016. And I hope he goes all the way. So we're certainly glad to see him take a big victory last night. And he, Ben Carson, and Christie are my hopefuls for 2016. Now, this bothers me. And you might say, well, what are you talking about? Well, I'm Phil Taylor Jones, your host, and let's jump into this political pool right now. You know, I don't understand what's going on in this wonderful country of ours, but I will have to ask this question. Where are the Americans? Are you non-existent? The things that come out of people's mouths against Trump, it just blows me away. The nasty, I mean, some of them are really horrid. My brother was informing me of something that he had seen online where this one guy said that he hopes that Donald Trump actually makes it to the presidency so that he could get killed because he's never seen a presidential assassination before. I mean, how sick is that? That you'd want to see the guy in there and then see him get killed. I mean, have you been smoking the crack? You know, and then other nasty things. Now, Donald wants to get in there and, as he says, make the country great again. And I believe that he honestly wants to do that because, number one, he doesn't need the money. He's already filthy rich. He's got more money than he could probably spend in 8 lifetimes. He's got all the prestige he needs. What name is more known than Trump? For his building prowess, for his, his work in the entertainment field. I mean, he's pretty much big star power. So that's not something he wants. I think that he really wants to do something to help the country. And he should be allowed to do that. I would think that most everybody in the country would be behind the man. Why? Because he's not a career politician. Then they complain about Donald Trump being president. Okay, look at these muckety mucks that you've had in there all this time. How's that working out for you? Look at this dirt bag that you got in there now. How's that been working out for you? But you complain about Donald Trump because he has the guts to say what he means. He has the guts to say what he wants to do. He has the guts to make the tough call, which everybody else, So I'd love to see him in there. Ben Carson, again, has the guts to make the tough call. None of that mamby-pamby stuff. Christie speaks his mind. He looks the camera right dead in the lens as though he's talking to the American people, and he speaks with great specificity. They all do. But yet, they're the naysayers out there. Oh, well, he'd make a horrible president. He's got a bad temperament. He's this, he's that. I think he'd make a good president. He certainly couldn't be any worse than what's in there now. He certainly couldn't be any worse than Slithery Clinton, who you know is a crook. this Cruz fella has been doing some pretty shifty, underhanded stuff. So, there's a question mark over his head. And Marco Rubio. I wouldn't want him to be president of a dog catcher society. The little smile he's got makes my skin crawl. And, not that I'm trying to be a bad guy here, but President Cruz, President Rubio, don't sit right with me. If they're running for president of Cuba or prime minister of Cuba, fine. It fits right in. I want somebody in that White House that's going to represent me totally from the name on down, because look at what you got in there now. Not an American. Barack Hussein Obama. You can definitely tell that bastard wasn't born in Alabama. So, I want somebody in there that's going to look out for our people, our American people. I want somebody in there that's going to look out for our country. You look at this Korean crap that's going on. Those bastards set off something else. They claim it's a satellite. And these idiots in the United States government, oh yeah, it's in position, it's a satellite up there. Yeah, it might look like a satellite, but it might have some bombs in it to blow your butt off. And I'm concerned about that thing because they're saying it could reach the West Coast, and that's where I live. We need somebody that's going to, sit up and take notice about what's going on with our people. And I heard of an idiot yesterday on telly was talking about, oh, well, just nuking the Koreans or what have you, that's not going to help. We need to work with them the way we worked with Iran and cut a deal with them. I said, how stupid is this guy? He's supposed to be some kind of professor. I wouldn't want to be in one of his classes. He's an idiot. And he was talking about the Trump man and how wrong he was about having China take care of him or whomever. We don't even want to take care of him. We need to work with them because they want to work with us. They want to be accepted. Oh, please. So that's why I'm looking for somebody that's going to get in there and be a president that we can all admire, that will make the country strong again. There's strength and power. Build up the military, take care of our veterans, take care of our people that are on Social Security, because now I'm going to tell you something too about Bernie Sanders. Some things I like about him. I really do. I like the way he handles himself about, taking down these rich people. And unlike Slithery Clinton, that man has never wavered. I think he's been in public service for 35 years, 38 years, somewhere in there. And he's never wavered about taking down the rich and spreading that money around for everybody. He has remained resolute. The one thing that bothers me about Together is he's a little bit too much together with O'Bastard. And being an independent, that scares the hell out of me. So that's why, I'm not together with Bernie Sanders. But, I like the way he talks. He just needs to distance himself from that O'Bastard guy. Now, the Trump man is doing good. I hope he continues to do good. I hope he just wipes up the floor with this Rubio guy and this Cruz fella, and just continues on to victory. And then, when we have our Super Tuesday on March the 1st and the 15th, they're going to have 2 Super Tuesdays now, I understand. And then hope he, rakes up, in that vein. And then for the debates, I hope he has enough delegates. I mean, not the debates, the conventions. Hope he has enough delegates to just, take it. And then we all go out in November and vote the guy in and start putting this country back together again. Because I tell you true, if Slithery Clinton makes it to the White House, remember those old movies that we used to watch when we were kids talking about the doomsday device? That's who she is. She's the doomsday device. And we don't need her anywhere near a White House, let alone the White House. So to you people out there that don't want Trump in there, I ask you this. What's your alternative? Slithery Clinton? I'd rather have Donald Trump in the White House on his worst day than Slithery Clinton on her best. And with that, we'll say goodbye and have a very nice day. And, let's look forward to the weekend. We'll probably have a real good one. Take care, stay safe. We love you from the Phil Taylor Jones Show. Bye-bye.